I want to live in reality, man. I just want to live in reality. And there is worthwhile media that I feel needs to be magnified. So thank you for joining me. If you are, if not, ain't 100. Let's get into the show, yeah?
Current Parkman-Fuss, Chief Executive of NEOS, good to have you in studio. Big news at the moment about mandatory vaccines, people being fired because they refuse to be vaccinated.
People are fired just for refusing. Fired for refusing my own body. Can you just go, let's go back and think about this. You are firing me from work because I didn't take a vaccine, because I didn't comply to a mandate. And we'll go through, they'll explain what this mandate actually is. It's not even a law that I was contravening. Just some kind of willful, just, you know, we need you, we really need you to do this for us. And if you don't, you're fired. What?
Be vaccinated. Standard Bank's in the news. Joe Kokela, do you know him from SASBO?
Yeah, but I've seen it this morning.
Yeah, it's certainly the news reports, and he has appeared on television as well, to say that there were 40 people, at least 40 people, who
40 people, 40
Standard Bank, who are members of SASBO, the union, who've actually been dismissed, and then others who've been suspended because they wouldn't be vaccinated. Now,
Standard Bank intending on rehiring workers it fired for refusing to comply.
Now, that's see the tag there. Standard Bank may rehire staff. That's an accurate statement. Okay, we don't care about the legality of it. You fired us for whatever reason, but at least the statement here that's on the news, you know, written there, is true. Standard Bank may rehire staff, but just wait a bit and get to the end and tell me if that makes sense. So this is something negative, right? People got fired because they didn't want to do what Standard Bank felt was a mandate, or wanted them really to do. Not that it was law, but we felt, you know.
To comply with its mandatory COVID-19 vaccination policy, which
True.
is now scrapped.
Scrapped.
The bank
Wow.
withdrew its vaccination policy on Monday, you'll remember, after banking union SASBO was set to challenge it.
You see, so only when you challenge will you get the results that are actually what is reality. So if you are not part of a union, or you didn't have the money, which is what most companies are banking on, it's a hardy.
At least 40 of the union's members were fired by the bank for non-compliance. Standard Bank South Africa CEO Lungisa Fuzile says following the withdrawal of the policy, the bank was engaging on re-employment opportunities.
Engaging in re-employment opportunities. You should just say engaging in re-hiring. Why do you have to put the opportunities there? Because they want to look good. Huh? Remember, big corporate or anyone who has a so-called PR department says, "Nah, let's just polish this a bit, you know. Let's just put some you know, some salt on the steak here, you know, just to make it taste palatable. Let's make it palatable for the public. Huh? We're not just rehiring people that we fired for a mandate that wasn't even in our original contract with Standard Bank, I assume. But no, we are engaging in an opportunity to rehire.
Discriminating the employer.
Yes.
A citizen discriminates against another person
Sure.
on the basis of a call that you make.
Standard Bank's a big organization. They've got a big legal team. Surely they must have thought this one through.
You know what? I've learned one thing. The fact that guys are big and important doesn't cause them to make wise decisions. You know.
Yes, I agree.
also really got involved in the debate
I agree.
when the mandates were introduced. And we said, don't do it. No, we did it for various
don't do
reasons.
it.
Sorry, I give him a bit of history.
No, good.
So give us the
We
history.
did it for various reasons. It's also to protect business, because the onus was put on business to do it.
And listen, that is a very important. That is very important for you to grasp here. This mandate was the implementation or the legal ramifications. Everything was laid onto business to do, not government. We just advise you guys, that there's a mandate. We want everyone to just achieve this thing. We'd like for you to do it. And then companies said, oh, okay, but are you guys going to stipulate it in law? What's going to happen? No, it's for you guys. It's for you guys to deal with. Let the old people explain more, because I'm just a layman like you, right? Right?
We understand employment equity, and what you think about it or not, that's in the law.
That's law.
It's in the
PE.
law.
But
To
now
borrow
law.
it.
Yeah.
there's another discriminatory issue, which presumably could lead to others as well.
More and more people realize that, and I'm talking about big business now.
Okay.
It's realized, no, we're suspending this, and when you can go through the list. There's a few that's persisting with this, and I don't know why.
Good. They're persisting. Some have let it go. Some have seen that. Nah, there's. I mean, are we really going to sit here and force people to take a vaccination that we don't even know the specifications about? I mean, we don't even know what kind of product this is. We don't even know anything. We're just being told by someone somewhere who's not even come in and had a meeting with I would say, okay, whatever. Maybe I've got it wrong, but I mean, imagine you're a business owner and you are literally forcing the people that have come and you have employed, and you've forced them to take something just to stay as employees. How does that really feel? And will you sleep at night as a business owner, and especially as a small business owner? The big corporations can handle this, but as a small business owner, would you get what I'm saying? You're affecting people's lives here beyond their 9 to 5. You are forcing them to take medication, bloodstream, body effect. You get it.
When you say they're suspending, just unpack that for us, because
unpack
at one
it.
point in time, it seemed right in South Africa anyway to be vaccinated. I know you've got your point.
Seemed right. I love this English, right? So if something seems right, is it actually 100% right? Question. It seems right. Is it right?
Way to be vaccinated. I know you've got your point of view, but to be vaccinated,
Yeah.
because then you wouldn't put other people at risk if you're in the workplace.
Yeah.
So we'll put that
Well,
one
but
side.
we're not arguing that,
Yeah.
and I say, well, people have a different view about that. That's fine.
And your view
And you
was
should be
that,
allowed
look,
to
I've
have
had
a different
COVID.
view. You should be allowed to.
Vaccine's not going to help me anymore, so why must I get vaccinated?
Yeah.
True.
And I get that. I understand
yeah.
that
Yeah.
point of view.
Yep, I
So
understand
the
that.
minister came back and said it was a mistake. We will withdraw it because it was clearly wrong. And then NetLag introduced the new code a few days later. I'm talking about 3-4 days later. NetLag says, okay, here's a new code. So we're back in court.
Fighting.
Is this all to do with COVID?
Yeah, and
But COVID is over.
That's what I thought,
Bro.
bruv.
Back in the rugby, everybody's in
Well,
the stadiums watching
well,
rugby.
You're touching on the importance of this issue. So we're back. Why are we back in the court? And an employer. So NetLag has introduced the latest one. So that is another technical issue. We ask NetLag now, how did you get to this conclusion?
Now this part is it's as if these are what do you call this? I don't want to say lobby groups, but almost like a union, but a business union, taking government agencies that are doing this mandate or creating this policy that business must somehow follow, right, to court over these issues. That's what I think they're trying to talk about here, right? And like the old man said, it's over. What the hell are we talking about here?
Now, how did you get to this conclusion in a matter of days? Just show us, how did you make your decision? The minister has said, Prime Minister of Health has said, there's no longer a public health issue. So you say, if you go to the rugby and you sit close to somebody else standing up, so you say, if you go to the rugby and you sit close to somebody else standing up, shouting, go to a shop, stand in a queue, do whatever you want, there's no health risk.
No
But
health
the
risk.
moment you enter a workplace, all of a sudden there's a health risk.
Make it make sense, huh? With the rugby, no health issue. No health issue. We have agreed that the Minister of Health has said, guys, it's all good now. Listen, I can't restrict you guys. Okay. All of a sudden, no. At the workplace, though. At the workplace, bruv. Listen. Listen, the chances here are just like 150%. It's too much. You have to, at the workplace, 20 feet or whatever they call this, the masks, people in glasses, I don't know what else. Does it? Can you see it?
Goodness, I can't see a health rookie in that place.
A health rookie.
I was at the rugby last week. This is what we're doing.
Joe?
And so how do you justify there's no general health risk, but there's a health risk in the workplace?
Is this the lawyers getting rich? Is the lawyer...
Joe, what a question.
The lawyers getting rich? Is the lawyer... I'm trying to work out why these cases...
I'm trying to work it out too.
Well,
I'm trying to
surely
magnify
our
this
courts
media.
are overburdened
Yeah.
with criminals. We can't put the criminals behind bars.
Hey,
But
I
there are
reckon
some lawyers
that's
spending
true.
lots of money on matters of principle.
Principle.
But the principle's over
Yes.
because COVID's over.
And I thought we had a constitution in South Africa. I thought, infringing on my right to decide what goes into my body when nothing has been conclusively proven, everything just seems to be, and you're mandating, but nothing's in law, and yet I'm getting fired, and you're talking about rehiring opportunities, bruv. What's going on? What is going on? What's going on? Layman, wake up. And you know what? It's all about not being surprised now. Just get to see the wording. Get to narrate these things. See what's going on. Because, living this life when the boot is on your neck and you don't understand why or how, I think is, come on. I'm here for you, okay? That's why I'm magnifying this media. All right?
Help me, Biggies.
Yo, help me, man. Yes.
What is driving this whole thing? What's been driving this thing from the start? What is the money involved in?
True
What is
questions.
the money involved in?
What is the money involved?
I mean, you are one of the very few journalists that is prepared to debate this issue. I recently had a debate with Discovery on the issue, and they raised a lot of issues.
Big
on this
company,
issue,
eh?
And I
Big
came back to
company.
them and I said, I invite you now to a formal debate on these issues. Now, they're not coming back. They don't want to do that. How do you justify it?
How?
Well, if it wasn't for that, Niasa would not have been in court because this whole thing is over. It doesn't exist. But we are in court because employees lose their jobs.
True.
Because of the stupidity of employers, and we've told employers on this issue, if you do this, we're not standing with you. We protect business.
Yes.
But we've also told business, at a particular point, you will come back and...
And remember here, guys, listen, we're not talking about big business here. Because as you can see, and I like using America as the standard here, because if it could happen there, listen, Saudi, South Africa, easy, they could do this like this. We have no, if you think that you're actually independent, your flag, under the flag, people are making independent decisions, and I'm talking about, at the highest level. Big companies in the US were open, but you, family business, small business, sponsor shop, whatever, closed. How are you non-essential? How? Hey, no, let me not get sidetracked, right? Let me come back. Let's get into this thing, into this one right here.
And thank us that we protected you.
True.
Why should not do
Yes.
it? But they're still persisting with it. So why is it? What is the money? What's
the motivation?
The business must justify why he doesn't want to introduce the mandatory vaccination. Now we've
Okay.
done that.
Okay.
And we go into business and say, listen, don't do it. It's frankly impossible to do it. You can't do it. How can you as a businessman make that call? You'll have to get a health and safety expert in, and not a normal health.
Epidemiologist, some
health
specialist.
and safety
Yeah.
expert to justify why you don't want to introduce mandatory vaccination. So this whole drive is dead. We advise business, don't do it. And if the Department of Labour comes in and they can come in and say, show us your risk analysis, referring to us.
Think, what are the bureaucrats?
Now get that. He says if Department of Labor comes in and wants to put you to the sword as to why don't you have this policy, call them. They'll come and defend you. So the Department of Labor is effectively policing or what they call this thing? What's the word? Executing on a mandate that is just a mandate. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a plea to do something. Not necessarily that you have to, because when it comes to business, it's in law. Taxes law. Accounting is, principle, accounting law. Auditors will come and check your accounting. You get what I'm saying? But under business law, this is not a law that was... You're not contravening anything as a business by not doing this. But somehow the Department of Labor is going to come and put you under the sword here. doing something unlawful. Okay, are you getting it?
What do the bureaucrats think? I'm just trying to work it out. What's
The
going through their
bureaucrats,
minds.
yeah.
Do they think that the public are idiots?
Yes.
That the public don't see
Yes,
through this
yes,
whole
yes.
charade where
Yes.
certain people are making money out of doing crazy things
True.
that have no meaning whatsoever anymore, and you then go back
Money
to an
disappearing.
organisation like Standard Bank, and are there others like them who are similarly pushing through on a very dead topic?
Yeah, there are still others.
Who do you know? Can you
Well,
mention
Discovery
them?
is one, and why?
Discovery is still mandatory vaccines.
Yeah, they still do that, and I blame a lot of this on Discovery. They took the lead very early, and the world just followed them.
Well, they should know because they're a health company.
Well, again, I don't think they know.
And here it is. They should know, right? They're a health company. Insurance, Discovery Health. They don't give a damn about your health. Well, I stand corrected. Health company, Discovery Health, here they are mandating their employees to take something, right? They surely have the papers. There's a good question here by the old man, yeah?
But they got the data, surely.
Surely.
Well, they say they have the data. We tell them, show us the
Show
data.
us, okay.
Show us the data.
Should be easy. Show us.
There's nothing there.
What do you mean there's nothing there?
Well, they say the general thing. They say they refer to the science. No, SAPRA. I'm carrying.
SAPRA,
carrying
South
the,
African something.
legal costs for the lawyer. It's also our lawyer in a case against SAPRA on the vaccination
Who's
of
SAPRA?
children. South African health professional.
Okay.
The guys that made the decision on ivermectin and this thing. This SAPRA, South African.
That's another one. Ivermectin.
So we know who you're talking
you
about.
know. So the question to SAPRA is, show us on what basis did you make these decisions? Show us the stuff. Give
Yeah,
us.
just give us.
You
So
might. You
what was
said
the logic or the rationale, in other words? And you say
they
there is
relied
no-
on what the FDA did in the United States.
So somebody made a decision, and you just repeated
Yeah.
what the FDA
But you
did.
can't do that. You can't sit here.
You can't do that. And why is it that he's saying that? Is it really unreasonable? Someone somewhere else decides something about their own population, right? And you just adopt it. As if we don't have doctors in South of Africa who can actually go through and say, you know what? I think here we should change a few things, but just copy, paste. As if we are the same as another country, just like that. Just copy, paste. Oh, they said it, okay. So, because it's lockstep, okay? There is an engine behind the coordination of all these nations, organizations, licensed bodies. I could go on. You get it? You can't do that. Are you independent, South Africa? What's going on, Africa? Come on now. Think about it. Layman, think about it. He said you went to Discovery. They had no evidence of anything. Just SAPRA saying, FDA.
And say they've done it, so we must do it. Said, no, you must make a call. But tell us on what basis, what piece of document
what
of
piece
the
of-
FDA or the CDC did you rely on making a decision to vaccinate a child? And there's nothing.
Nothing.
Give it to us.
Gerard, are you going to drop this whole thing now, or are you going to continue?
No, I've got to continue. I've got to
Why?
finish.
Joe?
People are losing
My man.
their jobs.
Yes.
Employees
Are
are
losing?
losing jobs. When people interfere with the freedom of a nation, you've got to stop it, because if you allow it on one
Joe,
occasion,
tell them.
we as the citizenry must protect our own freedom.
And look, I understand some of us don't have the will to fight, but at least know about it. Okay, that's why I'm here for you. Magnify Media. To at least know about it. Don't be confused. Don't be confused when you get fired for things that happen in another country that we are just adopting because. Right? Don't be confused when your doctor is forced to give you a certain type of medication that he knows nothing about, actually, because it was decided somewhere that he must give it to you, and if he doesn't, someone somewhere has the power to revoke his license in your country. You get it?
Freedom. We must fight for it. That's what democracy is about. If you don't like it, what people are doing, then you must go against them. And that saves the country. The citizenry must fight.
Yes.
Happening all over the world is a serious curtailment of freedom in New Zealand, in Australia, in Canada.
There's
in the
nowhere you
United
can go now.
States.
Everywhere.
This is a country we think is severely
Everywhere
wrong at
you
this stage.
go.
We can't allow it to happen here. So this is why I'm there. If it is on the books, they are still allowing business to continue with this, and as we speak today, there are employees that are losing their jobs.
You know, I'm sure you followed the CCMA Senior Commissioner Richard Burns' ruling, where he said that this is unlawful.
Unlawful!
Workplace vaccinations
There
are
it is.
unlawful. So let me just join the dots.
Vaccinations
quickly to close off.
vaccinations.
This was applied
Workplace vaccinations are unlawful. Thank you.
by businesses on the code that the government had,
code.
government recommendation, moral suasion, if you like.
Yeah.
You hear that moral suasion from the government. Moral suasion, moral code. We're giving you a code. Follow this. Vaccinate everyone. But we're trying to sway you there. It's not actually law that if you came and had the finances to fight us, we would have no grounds to stand on. But we're just swaying you towards it. You know, just come on, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on.
Moral suasion, if you like.
Yeah.
There's no law that says
Yeah.
you have to vaccinate, otherwise you can't go into the workplace. So businesses have applied this principle.
Sure.
They have fired people on it. The CCMA, well, a senior commissioner, has said it's illegal to fire them, and yet they're persisting.
So what's going
The
on?
employee that's fired doesn't have money. They don't have money for counsel. It was
And this is what happens. You get fired. Do you have money for counsel? Do you have money for all these lawyers? All this time? Huh? You're already under inflation now. Where's the money to fight this?
It was easy for commissioners to fight against these employees, but in this particular case, it was a senior commissioner and there was counsel involved, properly argued, and the case went for the employees. For the employee, the minister said business must do certain things. Business need to draft a code, and the moment the minister said business must do, I said, okay, here I'm in.
So that opened the door for
That
you.
opened the door for me to get involved. I couldn't go before.
So you would go as far as the Constitutional Court?
Absolutely.
I think this was worth magnifying. This media was worth magnifying. Again, the context here is South Africa, you know, Standard Bank, all these companies, so many people in a country that, I mean, everyone around the world is in pain right now anyway. You know, people losing their jobs all over the place. It's sad, man. It's really sad that this is happening to people. People are being fired. And those who did take the vaccine, truly, I mean, how many do they want you to take now? 2, 3, 4, 5? Soon it might be 6. We don't even know. Monkeypox vaccine is on the way now. All these things happening. How do you feel as an employee now at Standard Bank who took the vaccine and 6 months later, the ones who were fired for not are coming back to work under rehiring opportunities? How do you feel? Robbed of your choice, forced to take something, and now the guys who actually stood their ground are back because they had strong enough representation. Welcome to the world. Welcome to 2022. I'm Magnify Media, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah? Stay up and just know what's going on. Just know it. That's all I'm trying to do. Just know. Just don't be surprised. Yeah?